Oh, hey, guys. It's Remy from They Call Us the Breeze here. It's Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Sierra. Got a little kitchen corner here for you today. Light, easy snack that you can make. Very easy to make, actually. The ingredients are simple. The measurements are simple. The process is simple. You only got to cut one thing, so you can pretty much do it when you're drunk. But the reason I'm bringing this to you is because we have reached the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. Not the NBA playoffs. I'm not a huge basketball fan. I'm talking about real sports. I'm talking about the NHL. I'm talking about Tampa Bay Lightning going head to head again, second year in a row with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Thank you very much. So today we have a recipe for you. It's called Ugly Dip, but we're going to call it Toronto is Ugly Dip today. So have a little fun with me, guys. Let's do some cooking, shall we? Okay, so the first step, guys, is the hardest step. We're gonna get that out of the way because if you're like me, the more you drink, you shouldn't be around sharp knives, guys, right? Knives, guys. So we're gonna do the scallions first, the green onions. Fun fact, the song Green Onions by Booker T and the MGs. Well, that is actually called Green Onions. That's the one on the Sandlot. You know what I'm talking about. That was named after his cat. His cat was named Green Onions, and the song was written because of the way the cat slinked across the floor. So fun fact out there for you, Booker T and the MGs. Okay, anyway, so we have just a single bunch of scallions here. You get this at any grocery store. Gonna be big and fat. There's gonna be some ugly ones. I can see an ugly one right here. Kind of looks like a wilted asparagus. So we're just gonna get rid of that guy right there. We'll throw him over here. Louie, I got a treat for you, buddy. All right, so we're just gonna get to work chopping them. Make sure you wash them first, guys. I didn't because we're trying to build up our immune systems here at the Breeze. Anyway, so guys, here we go. We're gonna chop some scallions here real quick. Yeah, just kind of want to get right in there. Fun fact about this recipe, actually, we discovered this recipe at a baby shower. And yeah, so you just kind of want to get some nice, you know, like quarter. So yeah, it was at a baby shower. And that was with a good friend of ours, and it was me and my ex-wife, But yeah, you kind of want to just get them into nice, like quarter-inch little things here. So anyway, yeah, so me and my ex-wife, we were at the baby shower, and someone made this amazing dip, and she's like, "Oh, that's just ugly dip. It's so easy to make." Wife was like, "Let's ex-wife." was like, let's get that recipe. And we went home and made it the next week. Now you don't want to get too much into the white stalk part here. You kind of want to leave a lot of that. I don't really like a whole lot of that. Plus, I mean, the size we're making here, it depends on how much you like a lot of crunchy vegetables and green onions. I don't really like a whole lot of that stuff. So, but you know, so I've got a good amount here. But yeah, check out for little pieces like this. You might want to throw that out. We'll put that off to the side for now. And then this guy can go in the trash can. Check out the hat while we're here. But yeah, so anyway, like I was saying, my ex-wife, that's where we learned this recipe. And the parents of the child are now split up, and my ex-wife left me. So the Maple Leafs, they haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967, you guys. We just won 2, and we got to the Stanley Cup finals last year. Colorado was young, and they beat us, of course. You know, what are you gonna do? But, you know. I think that's pretty good. All right. Yeah, so Colorado beat us in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and we're not going to let that happen this year, and we're going to get it. But anyway, Toronto Maple Leafs, they haven't even gotten past the first round since 2004. Right? Right? So, all right, so first thing we're going to do is put all our solids in here. Got our green onions. Right? Hardest part, out of the way, guys. There it is. Careful with knives, guys. Careful with knives. And you just kind of leave this in here for mom to do when she gets home. You just kind of leave that right in there and she'll clean that up because you're making her ugly dip anyway. Got a couple extra pieces here, so we're just gonna do that just like that. That's good, right? Yep. All right, so we're gonna mix all the solids first. So what we have here is a couple different things. The two main components. You have your white Shoepeg corn, and this is gonna come in only an 11-ounce can, which is fine. The recipe, what I'm doing today is I'm doubling up the recipe, okay? So you might wanna only use half a thing of green onions, I guess you could say. But the original recipe would call for, yes, 1 can of black beans, or as our friends in the Southwest would call it, frijoles negros. So we're just gonna add, we like to use the freshest of ingredients here on the Breeze for sure. So that's good. So that's 1 can, and then you would, according to the recipe online, you would use 1 11-ounce can. This is the, your standard 15 1/4 ounce can. You'd use a can here. I like to buy white Shoepeg corn. It doesn't really matter. If you want a little more zip, I've seen people use Mexican corn before, which has little bell peppers and stuff like that in it. I'm not really, we're pretty meat and potatoes here at the Breeze, We eat a lot of corn, so, which is actually what I'm gonna talk to you about next. So now we're doubling the recipe, okay? Which means normally we would do 1 more can of corn, right? Let's get that corn in there. We're gonna end up running out of room for the bowl. Let's get that in there. But since we love our corn around here on the Breeze, we're just gonna add a little bit more corn there. I'm gonna do about half a can there, And then I'll just eat that right out with some butter and just a little salt and pepper and just don't even worry about the microwave. So, I've got 1 more can of black beans here. Now here's what I did with the first can of black beans. I want to show you a little trick I have. See, this is ugly dip, okay? It's called ugly dip for a reason because, well, boy, it sure is ugly. But it's gonna get even uglier. It's gonna turn basically purple if you have too much of the juices from the black beans. So you wanna come over here to the sink and you wanna obviously you wanna strain your black beans, right? Just strain those out. All right, get that water going. It's good. This one ate a lot of pork. All right, so I have a technique I call washing the beans. It's one thing to get all the original juices out of there, but there's still a lot of juice, a lot of purple in here. So we're just gonna put a little bit of warm water in there. Let's shake it up a little bit. Gotta give it a good shake. It's okay if you lose a couple of the beans because no one really likes beans anyway at all. So, like, I hate beans. And like I said, Mom will clean that up later. So we're just gonna add this can here to the mix. We really are running out of bowl. This is gonna get pretty sloppy here soon. But that's fine. Okay, so we have all of our solids except for the main component. The only thing you can't find at fucking Winn-Dixie on an Easter Sunday to make this dip is feta cheese. Now, feta is gonna come in basically a block for cheaper. You get about $1 off if you buy by the block, and then you get to. I don't know how what song plays in Greece where they decrumble the feta, but you can do that yourself for about $1 cheaper, or you can just buy the container. Either way, you're gonna get 4 ounces basically per every container. So what you want is you want 2 containers for this recipe if you're doubling up like we are. Because like I said, I'm taking some of this home, and Mom's definitely not gonna leave me alone if I don't give her some. All right, it looks like it's light on feta, honestly. It's been a hot minute. A lot of corn in there. A lot of corn. All right, well, yeah, so next, what we're gonna wanna do is we're going to get a bowl here. We're going to we're going to mix up our liquids, okay? You got to put your liquids separate. Get the liquids all mixed together. We're gonna take what we have here is a whole cup of this is the apple cider vinegar. You can find it at the store. Just grab this kind, White House. I don't know. It's in every grocery store, even in Winn-Dixie. So you got this guy. That's a cup of that. Kind of wondering what this tastes like because I'm holding it and I'm kind of buzzed, and it looks like, you know, either Jameson or, you know, some sort of beer. But we'll refrain. We're going to pour this into this little bowl here. There you go. See, just like that. Then we have the olive oil. This is extra virgin olive oil. And I went ahead and went with this smooth pan. It says smooth is for sauteing and stir frying. So we'll see. It was BOGO, by the way. So we got that. We're going to add that here. And then you're thinking, what? Sugar? Why the hell are they putting sugar in there? Well, you're going to find out. Got about a cup of sugar here. It says to use a cup or half a cup if you're doing half the recipe, obviously. But I chose to use just under a cup because, you know, it is a little weird. Not in my normal kitchen here, but so we're just going to mix this together a little bit and break up that sugar. See that? Get a nice. We're going to be real careful with this one because we don't want to lose any liquids. And yeah. And if you're, you know, if you find that the bowl here is getting in your way, you can just move it to the side, just like Matt Murray did his goal 3 different times during that one game for the Leafs. Great goaltender. Yeah. So kind of got it to where it's the sugar's kind of mixing in here. You can hear it, kind of granularly. It's kind of getting a nice little syrup that we have going on. And then you guessed it, we're going to pour that syrup right over that bowl. And then shit's probably going to get, I'm going to see if our producers, our on-set engineer has a bigger bowl that we might be able to mix this up with a little bit. He keeps pointing up to the top, and I don't know what that means, but we're going to figure that out. So, all right, so I think we pretty much have this mixed up to where we want it. We can just set this aside for a moment. We're going to definitely need that guy again. And let's check out up here. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, we got a couple. Oh, that's a nice bowl. All right. Here's a nice piece of shit. All right. Okay, so we have our bowl. And this is going to work real nicely. It's about the exact same size, so it's not going to help much. But it looks better on camera anyway, so let's just, we're going to kind of remix this up a little. Remix! Get some of that shit kind of where it needs to be. And get those beautiful, beautiful cut scallions that I worked so hard on right there on top. Let's get our guy out here a little bit. Or we could just, yeah, we'll just do that. That's good. All right, perfect. Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna kind of mix this up. This has already got a little bit of juice to it. Kind of got a little bit of juice already to it, so. But you know, we're having fun. You wanna bring that feta, you wanna unfold the feta, unfold the cheese. And you're gonna get in there and just kind of spread everything around. All right, now let's give it the main love before we do too much arm work, shall we? All right, here we go. Just kind of evenly. Like golden. Looks like movie theater butter to me. Gets me excited. Now someone said they put way too much dressing in on this recipe, and she called it dressing, which I thought was cute. And I guess it is. I don't eat salad, so I don't know what the fuck dressing really is, aside from when you have Thanksgiving Day and you bring out the stovetop. But we're just gonna kind of mix this around a little bit. It's looking good. It's looking real good. Yeah, it's smelling like it should. You got that apple cider vinegar working, kicking around with that olive oil. It's strong, it's good, but yeah. Kind of sludgy. You want it sludgy? See, get a tight shot of this, Ryan. If you look right here, that's fine. You can come on camera. This is Ryan, our one of my co-hosts on They Call Us the Breeze. If you get right in here tight, you still see there's a lot of purple in that juices. Now imagine how purple that would have been if we hadn't gotten, we hadn't washed them beans. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, we got the ugly dip kind of going on here now. Ryan, get out of the shot. Thank you. Thank you. All right. But yeah, that is, that is basically ugly dip right there, guys. So what you're gonna do is you want this to kind of emulsify for a little bit. You want it to kind of sit in the fridge and chill. I mean, it's basically a salad. I'm gonna say that this is maybe a little too wet. You know, I would say right now, instead of a cup and a cup and a cup, well, I would say keep the sugar content, but I would say maybe go 3/4 a cup on the doubling up for the olive oil and the vinegar. But we're gonna be right back. We're gonna have a couple of my guests taste the dip, so we'll be right back. So we have our final product here, the ugly dip. Little juicy for now. We're gonna pop it in the fridge here, but before we do, just gotta tell you how to enjoy it the best way. Every once in a while you get a little lucky with a little BOGO deal like I did today. Publix had them, buy 2, get 1 free. Now I'm a multi-grain guy, okay? I like to, that makes the flavors pop a little more. The multi-grain has kind of that saltiness you kind of want. But for my vanilla friends out there, we just have the traditional scoops. Scoops, Carol? Scoops? So we buy the scoops, and that's how you get this job done. That's the #1 recommended way. So we'll pop a bag open here. Yeah, that's good. Let's give it a little taste. Okay. Gotta get a little bit of the juice in there. Just a little bit. We'll get a green onion. Yeah. That's it. Now, during the break, I did strain a little bit of that juice out. Like I said, guys, I was using a cup of each. I would go 3/4, maybe even, I mean, if you like a nice soupy salad, go 3/4, but I would definitely go like half a cup for both, honestly, because you do still have a little bit of that juice left over from all those cans of corn. Oh, and black beans. But before we pop it in the fridge, I'm gonna have a couple of my favorite guests on. You guys know them from They Call Us the Breeze, Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Sierra, every Thursday night, everywhere you get your podcast strip. It's time to bring on a couple of my pals, my brother and my dad, to check out the dip. So guys, you wanna come down?
Man,
Don't talk. You don't have a microphone, so you don't get to talk. You don't talk either.
We didn't know you had a microphone.
I said don't talk. Get out. Just get out. Go.
We didn't know you had a microphone.
Get out. Get out. Go. Bye.
If I don't have a microphone,
Bye.
I can talk.
Bye.
That's bullshit.
Thank you. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us here today. We had a great time, and I hope you enjoy the ugly dip as much as I do. The Toronto is ugly dip, right? So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.